everyone, and welcome to episode 76 of my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series, where we are back on my Char Thief, where we have been exploring Ascalon on this character, where I've explored the Iron Marches, and I've explored Blaze Rich Steppes and Fields of Ruin, a little bit on this character, but also on my Human Guardian. I've explored Plains of Ashford, Diasa Plateau, Black Citadel, which leaves us with one final map here in Ascalon, Fireheart Rise, which is a level 60 to 70 map, so there is no level 80 map in Ascalon, where we've explored all of Kryda, where it caps out at like 55, and we've now explored all of the Maguma Jungle, technically, which caps out at level 70. We are now going to finish our Ascalonian adventures, which caps out at level 70. Where in order to get to Fireheart Rise, there are a few different entrances, but the one that I like to come to start off our journeys here, where there's really only like two main entrances, is here at the Bulwark Inn of the Iron Marches, because it's like the technical like starting point for this map. Because of course you can go through the map however you want and complete the objectives however you want, but there is kind of a set order laid out for you, which we can see with like the tasks and their levels and the objectives around them and the scouts and how they lead us to more scouts as well. Where? Let's go ahead and chat with this one.
We fight every day just to hold Tyria command post and maintain solid footing in this region. We have to deal with direct assaults as well as hit and run raids. Tar in our cistern puts off gas that harms the troops, making them weak and listless. We also have an auxiliary camp to the west at Severed Breach, but our control there is tenuous. It's a daily struggle, but someday we'll extinguish the Flame Legion once and for all.
Where there is a lot of stuff going on in this map, and there's a lot of content to play through, including two jumping puzzles, one of which is actually a mini dungeon technically, where I am very, very excited to explore all of this. And Fireheart Rise is a very cool zone because it definitely feels a bit like an in-game zone, where there's like a lot of like big storylines that are kind of like concluding here, where we have been dealing with the Flame Legion throughout Ascalon, and their capital of the Flame Citadel is located in this map, which coincidentally is a dungeon that we can play. So we will get to that at some point. But this just kind of feels a little bit like an in-gamey zone, where there's like a big meta event going on, and there's like some challenging tasks to do, and as we return to the story, there will be some in-game story missions going on here, specifically in like chapter 7, not really in chapter 8, but I'm excited to play through all of that as well. Where we have our introductory task here, where we can protect the command post, train idle troops, and assist with maintenance. So I feel like this is a good like starting task for this map, because it is like a massive war zone. So we have this one little outpost right here that we can basically reinforce before we push further into the map. You can see this cool red over here, where this is going to be near the Flame Citadel, where we have the Scorched Lands here with the Blasted Hearth, which I believe is coming off of the mountain, where the mountain that is the Flame Citadel, which we'll see at some point, is very, very cool. Speaking of the Flame Legion, here's a Shadow Blade that was hiding and ambushed us. Let's go ahead and deal with him very quickly. And we have a vista up there that we can go ahead and get, which I think we can come around here. It's on one of these pipes. I think it might be this pipe. Let's go ahead and just jump up this way a bit. And yeah, it's definitely only this pipe, but we can just run along here, take in the sights, and then really take in the sights. What a phenomenal waterfall there, where it looks very, very cool, and I like that a lot. And it like runs underneath. There's like a tunnel there that it runs underneath too, and into the cistern. Very cool. And of course a lot of like technology around here. We have like that spinning gear that's doing something over at that building. We'll go ahead and grab this waypoint. Can we train with these guards? Looks like we cannot. There's a mine just sitting here, which looks like we cannot detonate it ourselves. It's attuned to Flame Legion signatures. But we can go ahead and continue training, and I think we'll just have to do a bunch of this in order to get through this task. We can attack these two named NPCs here and spar with them, which I think is fun. I really like when various NPCs around the world just have a little bit more depth added to their character, even if they're not important at all. Where we just have these two like Blood Legion soldiers right here just hanging out, and they're really not important at all, except we can spar with them for the task. But you know, this one's name is Cameron Neckbreak, and this one is Verum Willbreak, and they're different than just being Blood Legion soldiers. Tar bubble here, and a tar elemental. And of course, this entire area here is kind of messed up from all of the Legion shenanigans going on around here. But I do really like how we can see like this river down here, we'll pass by it, where we can see it leads into the Diasa Plateau and it fills up Black Blade Lake from this cistern area right here. And same thing with Lake Carnifex, I believe. Or maybe it's going the other direction and Lake Carnifex is coming into this map. We just need one more soldier to attack, where I kind of want to put like Shadow Step on our action bar, because I feel like it would have been nice in that specific scenario we were just in right over there to just Shadow Step over to this Blood Legion soldier. But we do have that, which is nice. Our little Shadow Step ability here of Steel. But we have completed this task. We are helpful. That's very nice. And the next task we want to go to is over here, I believe. I think we want to grab this and then come over here to complete this and head to this scout over here. So let's swim into this slightly disgusting water, as in very disgusting. It's filled with tar and oil, and we can see like all of the machinery right there that's like dumping into the river, but also like probably taken out, where we just have pools of concentrated tar right here, which we can go ahead and just interact with. And then there's probably the barracuda we could maybe kill, and the hermit crabs. We could maybe put them out of their misery. There's tar elementals over there on the shore. We have an event here where we can protect Brackkern and Jollis while they repair machinery to keep the Legion supply line running. So that's an option for us. But I think it seems pretty easy to just swim around here, and we can go ahead and clean up this concentrated tar. And we can see a very cool little area right here. I'm actually going to just go off this way. Let's look at this. It's just like a small little pool of lava just like sticking out of the ground here, which is very cool. Which is a theme we'll see across this map, as there is a lot of lava, presumably because of the actions of the Flame Legion, where we just learned some underwater skills on our weapons there. That just shows how much underwater content we have done on this character. There are some fishing pools that we could fish in, but we do need the End of Dragons expansion for that, so we cannot do it right now. Where I do have the expansion, so I could like go quickly unlock fishing, but I'd rather just do everything in order, of course, because that is basically what this entire Let's Play series is kind of just going in order of the game, where I am using a raptor because it is now given to you, and we have given or gotten this task completed, where we have been given some silver and some karma. And I see right over here we have a hero challenge we could do, and then I think we can come back down towards the command post and carry on that direction, where we have Steel Beak's Nest right here, where there's a lot of like shields and some other items in this nest, which does not bode well for us. So let's go ahead and do our best. Where I feel like she summoned a lot, and I am kind of struggling right now. Okay, I have a stealth or my steel ability, I think. So I use that, get another backstab in. Let's throw down this AoE. And I keep getting stunned. I need to dodge when they're doing that swooping attack. Like that. Okay. I need to just hide for a second, I think. Let's backstab that. And heal up. There we go. Now we just have the boss herself. Veteran Steelbeak. Let's go ahead and defeat her. Should be easy now. There we go. It's been a bit since I played on this character, but I come back to it pretty easily. And we have unlocked our next trash item for this achievement, which is fun. But now let's go ahead, waypoint over here, where we can then run across this bridge, going across that river that I was pointing out earlier. Where I love all the little like char designs and everything here. Like this is a very char themed bridge, kind of just metal and spiky. And there goes the river off in that direction. Where actually I wonder how far this way we can go. Where, oh, it's very, very small. And I guess waterfalls are coming into this area, which is kind of interesting. So there must be some sort of source of water here that's actually going into both maps. You can see the waterfalls there, which are cute. And this is a nice little area right here, just with some scale, nothing really else going on here. An Iron Legion runner, and we can see that this used to be a little bit of a forested area, but the Flame Legion have burned it down. Where we are entering an area where mounts are not allowed, which is kind of a hint towards some of the jumping puzzles going on around here, which we may or may not see one right there actually. First, let's go ahead and deal with this task, where we just have to eliminate Flame Legion power sources and the elementals they create to cool Flame Legion presence in the area. A big theme for this map, just cool the Flame Legion, because they are our primary threat here. I kind of like this task specifically because I feel like it kind of goes back to one of the first tasks we completed as a char in the Plains of Ashford. We're in the starting area, in the northeastern corner of the starting area. We have a task where we are fighting Embers and Flame Legion power sources. We're deactivating those. And that's like one of the first tasks you ever complete in the game. And now we have kind of progressed through all of Ascalon, and we have another task here where we have high level Embers that we are fighting. And I think that's kind of a fun like circular moment for us. Immune to burning. Good thing we cause bleeding damage, or if we came through here on like a elementalist or a guardian, we might have to be a little bit more conscious about like what skills we are using. Same thing goes with like destroyer minions, where destroyers are often immune to burning, and burning on my main character on my main account is like my primary source of damage, so it's always interesting to fight some destroyers. Almost done with this task. I thought there was like a cave right there. There's like an illusion in the smoke. Right here, let's grab these power sources, I guess. And then deactivate one more. And there is our task completed. And we also leveled up to level 66. So we can get our level up reward here of some crafting materials, which is fun. And then we have a waypoint right over here that we can go ahead and grab. And then I see a scout here that we can go ahead and chat with. And then we have a few other map completion objectives where the waypoint is currently contested, probably because of the events going on around here. But we can go ahead and talk to the scout and see where we should go next.
We've gained footing here, but it won't be easy to hold. We have 2 units dispatched in the immediate vicinity. One is kicking and keeping the Flame Legion out of Vidius Castrum. The other's extinguishing flame magic on the Forge Plains. Both could use an assist. Get on out there.
Let's get on out there, where we do have that task over there that we can grab, but what is my mouse doing? But we can go ahead and come over this way, because there are a few different map completion objectives around here, and I think we have to go a little bit further. Can we climb up here, I think? We can get to this vista, which is actually over there. I thought it was right there, but it's up on this little tower, which is actually a very cool looking tower. It's kind of human in nature. It's interesting to see here, but let's take a look. where I feel like this vista is very much suggesting us to go and jump somewhere. There's also diving goggles up there. But let's grab this waypoint and this point of interest right over here first, because I think that's going to be nice for us. Where we have like a cool brazier here built into this like Ascalonian ruin here. So yes, we are still in Ascalon. It's like the hand holding the torch, which I think we saw in the Iron Marches as well. And I think it's a very cool design. But this is Termaris Castrum, which is this Flame Legion outpost where they are occupying these ruins here. And then we just need this waypoint right over here, Pig Iron Waypoint. Speaking of braziers, there's another one that's pretty similar to that, but I think just slightly different, which is very cool looking. But now that we have unlocked this waypoint, Pig Iron Waypoint, let's go ahead and complete the Pig Iron Quarry jumping puzzle, which I did see those diving goggles, so maybe we'll start it twice actually. Where the entrance to it is right over here, and this is a pretty simple and pretty easy jumping puzzle, where I feel like I had like a few difficulties with it when I first began playing, just because like a couple of the jumps are a little tricky. The final jump is definitely a bit tricky, but largely for the most part it is very easy and very straightforward, and also very short. Where I think I want to kill this Flame Legion Stalker first, and this Blade Storm, I guess. We have defeated 50 enemies of various factions there, so we gained a ton of experience there. Our leveling is very easy now, and I guess I accidentally attacked this Graw slave, which is actually kind of cool to see because we are about to see a bunch of Graw storylines in this map, which I think is fun. But I needed diving goggles. Are they further up there, or did I miss them? I don't see them right here, so they must be over here. I forgot exactly where I saw them, but we are up here where there's actually a chest here, where I'm not really sure what this is. Overseer took us. Do we unlock this chest after completing the jumping puzzle? I'm actually not entirely sure. I think we're supposed to kill something. Oh, there's a gear here. What happens if you like throw the gear like that? Oh, it just targeted through the ground. This is very interesting, because I do not remember that at all, and now I'm intrigued. But let's go ahead and continue forward and maybe check back in a moment. And I fell actually, which is really funny, where I was just talking about how this is a pretty easy jumping puzzle. But let's come up here. There's a gear right there. This Flame Legion Blade Storm has respawned, but I think we can potentially progress right up here. We're playing a big char character in jumping puzzles is kind of annoying. Same thing with the Norn, because they take up so much screen space, and it's especially annoying during like Winter's Day and Shadow of the Mad King, or not Shadow of the Mad King, mostly just Winter's Day, where there are special jumping puzzles you can do. I got distracted by the diving goggles here. Special jumping puzzles you can do in order to get some special rewards during those festivals, and I think we'll come back for those. Because first, let's go ahead and attempt this jumping puzzle, where there's one very specific aspect of this jumping puzzle that people really struggle with, and I think we'll see it here, where I think I actually already turned it off for videos, where if you come into somewhere, we have this disable player camera shake option, which is good to reduce like dizziness and motion sickness. So maybe mild motion sickness warning for the next like 20 seconds. Where in this jumping puzzle, we have this effect that happens, where it's actually very easy to just like turn this off as you come through this jumping puzzle. And it basically allows you to like complete this a little bit more easily, where a big part of this jumping puzzle is in fact that screen shake with these rocks falling, but you can turn it off. So it does make it a little bit easy, but also just like have it turned off when I'm like recording, because it makes the recording a little bit nicer, and it helps with people who have motion sickness, which like games in general are a bit of a difficult hobby if you are someone who does have motion sickness, but there are often ways to help alleviate it, where we have this veteran Flame Legion Lava Shaman here, which is like the boss of this jumping puzzle. So let's go ahead and kill this shaman really quickly. And I got the achievement for Pig Iron Quarry, which when we come down into our jumping puzzles tree here, we can see all the jumping puzzles we have left. So we are almost done. And this boss is kind of funny because he does that thing that he just did where he launches us, and he can launch us off of the platform here, and we'd have to do like the jumping puzzle again. So it's kind of like a one last little joke that the Flame Legion have for us here. Alright, we got that chest, and now that we killed this boss, I'm kind of interested in that other chest over there, where we can go ahead and waypoint back this way. And I'm wondering, since we killed the shaman, if no, it's not deactivated. I love these light beams coming through like the scaffolding here. I think that's really cool. But I looked it up because I was interested. And this chest over here has the shield around it when a certain event is going on in this area, where it's the take control of Pig Iron Quarry, kick out of the Flame Legion event, which I think is not currently up, and we'd have to like wait for it to be up, and once it's up we can go ahead and get this chest, which is just a chest that probably has like 2 blues and a green in it, but still kind of a chest you can loot. But we were going to ignore that for now, and let's go ahead and come over here to where this player is, and we can go ahead, equip the diving goggles, and then just jump into the water here, where I don't think I've done diving goggles with another player in quite some time, so that's kind of fun. But we have completed this jumping puzzle, we got those diving goggles, and now we have completed pretty much everything in the very southeastern corner of this map. So let's carry forward. Let's mount up onto our raptor, and let's come around this way, where I'm not sure where the best way to go through the mountains here is, but there is another Flame Legion outpost that we're going to see right over here, where there's an event up right there, but we have a waypoint over here which should be contested because it's currently occupied by the Flame Legion, and there is an event going on in here, Vidius Flame Tribune. So the Flame Legion have a tribune in here, and Vidius Castrum, and I think if we kill this Flame Legion we can go ahead and take control of this outpost where he teleported up here. And this is not for a task, I'm just kind of interested in doing it. There's a task just north of here, but since we're doing this event we might as well help out. Where I do kind of like want to complete as many events as possible just to like experience them, but events are definitely lower on my priority list. Where when we get to expansions I'll definitely be doing more events because they're more important to the overall expansion storylines. Let's go ahead and res our friend here quickly. There we go. Let's heal up quickly and see if we can finish this enemy. I kind of wish I had a pistol offhand right now just for the break bar, and I went down. But the waypoint is up, and our friend is going to return the favor, which is very nice of them. But let's loot that. And now we can come over here where we have plains worms, and we have another searing cauldron, I believe, right over here with this task where we can go ahead and just fight these Flame Legion, where let's go ahead and get this point of interest where it is Division Shrine, and I believe this is one of the cauldrons that the Flame Legion used in order to cause the searing, which is at the very start of the Guild Wars Prophecies campaign, the very start of this universe, and one of the first stories told in this universe. But now we can go ahead and just kill a bunch of Flame Legion around here, and I think there's something special nearby, but it might be actually further into the map. But there are a variety of different objectives all around here, where I think we mostly just want to focus on completing this task right here. We want to kill Flame Legion agents and disable their power sources. I don't think the worms are going to do anything for us as far as the task goes, but they are really cool to fight because they look very cool themselves. We cleared this area, and I think we can continue further east, but I noticed this waypoint, and I think there's a point of interest and a hero challenge right over here, which we can go ahead and grab. Maybe just the waypoint for now, because I see the scout in there, so we can head into there at some point. And now, I'm in my map a lot right now, but let's come back over this way, where we can fight some more embers and some more Flame Legion power sources, which is fun. And some plains worms, I guess. So we're kind of combining the very start of the Char experience, the very start of the human experience where we fought the worms and at the farm right at the beginning of Shaymore. where we are very close to leveling up once again, level 67. Alright, let's go ahead and get our reward here. I'm probably just going to sell this on the trading post. Let's close that. Where we are, of course, getting closer and closer to level 80, which will be a fun level to hit on this character. But I do think I want the first character that I hit level 80 to be on is my Savari Necromancer character, because I think that character is my favorite one, which isn't to say that I'm not enjoying this character. It's just like, you know, on the level of preference, I prefer her a little bit more than this character. We now need one more Flame Legion power source on this character to complete this task. And then there is a Vista and a Scout right over there that we can find. So let's mount up. That is our 4th task completed in this map. An Elite Plains Worm right there that we can see. But we have a massive, massive fortress over there, which just looks so cool. And then this less massive mountain right here that we can go ahead and climb up on. Maybe let's get the Vista first. I think that would be cool, just to see the area ahead, and then we can really see the area ahead with information from the Scout. Or this Vista might actually be of the fortress there. It is indeed of the cool fortress, which seems to be under attack. But let's go ahead and chat with this Lightbringer, a fellow member of the Order of Whispers.
We've identified a powerful weapon in the Grawl. They know spells that counter Flame Legion magic. We need to test their viability as a reliable ally by persuading them to fight at Atrox Castrum. Seek out their chieftains and find out how you can help them. This will build friendships, ensure their loyalty, and distract them from our agents' more subtle manipulations.
So we have a large group of Grawl over there. So let's go ahead and run over this way, and now we can begin completing the southwestern corner of this map. Now first, let's go ahead and grab this point of interest. But I've always found this area of Fireheart Rise to be very interesting because it focuses very heavily on the Grawl, where there's even this meta event going on here, Assault on Atrox Uniting the Grawl, where we have the point of interest right here of Atrox Castrum, which it seems like we have successfully assaulted it and we have captured this place. Let's grab this waypoint, which should be like our staging ground for this entire region, where we have a phenomenal looking tree there. I love the look of that tree. Let's go ahead and run into here, where we can help the Tarstar tribe, the first of 3 tribes, I believe, that we will be interacting with around here, where they live underneath their tree known as God's Hand. But there's a bunch of harpies over here, and of course harpies are always kind of a fun enemy to kill just because they are annoying, so it's a little cathartic. Two down, and then however many more we need to go. Where I always found tasks to be a very interesting idea for like a primary form of like progression through open world content in a video game, because traditionally we see the idea of tasks, and when we look, or quests, I'm so sorry, and when we look at quests versus tasks, really on the foundational level they are the same thing, but tasks are just more open-ended in a way where I feel like they're very unique and very fun in their own unique way. Where I am someone who does enjoy questing, even in the original Guild Wars I love going out and doing some quests, and I'm someone who plays World of Warcraft a lot and I love questing in World of Warcraft, but there's something about tasks that are just so special, and really they're not that different, because if we were to break this task down, we have these harpies around here that are going to give a percentage completion for this task. I'm not sure how many it is. Let's say 5% for simplicity's sake. You can see the percentage breakdown on the wiki if you were to like look at each task wiki. But when we kill this harpy warrior, we will gain 5% progression towards this. So really, when we look at this task individually, it's a quest to go kill 20 harpies. Like, that's really all it is. But because that percentage is hidden, it's like a very like kind of like non-restraining in a way, where you don't feel like you have to like go pick up something and then to just go kill like a bunch of harpies just to like get like a bunch of like checks off on your quest, where like you're just progressing this task. by being around here and doing this thing, where a very interesting thing with this task, where it's not necessarily just to kill 20 harpies. It gets a little bit more extravagant than that, where we could kill 15 harpies and then break 4 eggs or whatever. So there's like the options that are presented to you, and some tasks have a ton of options, and some tasks really only ever have like a couple options that you can do. But it's always fun to see like the variety of different ways that you can complete a task, and I think that itself makes it very, very unique from like other like objectives in games, where when players come and complete this task, it's always a little bit different, because when you pick up a quest in like an MMO and you go to like complete that quest, you're killing 20 harpies, that's all you're doing. But maybe here, when we were here one time, we kill 4 harpies and then break an egg, and then kill like 7 harpies and break a couple more eggs, and then another time I come here, I just break like 4 eggs and then kill like, you know, 13 harpies, you know, whatever. And the experience through here changes every single time, where I didn't even collect grub eggs, which you might notice is the entire like bottom line of this task, where I've completed this task without even doing that. So maybe next time I come here, I go over to this area right over here and I collect some grub eggs, and I think that's fun. And of course, a very important aspect of the task is that it's just in like a region where you just walk into the region and then you can do it. You're not really being like forced to go talk to like somebody and then to talk to somebody again, where we can, if we want to, talk to somebody so we can learn what to do, but we don't necessarily have to. And that just makes it, you know, very open-ended and very like inviting to like a bunch of different players and a bunch of different players like play styles. Where here we have the Whoop Whoop tribe, where they have this very, very cool statue here known as God's Skull, which is very, very fun because these Grawl are basically worshipping this skull. But we can go up there and we can investigate it, where there is a task or an event going on right over there. But when we come up this way, we can be at the top of this mountain, which is actually a cool sight. We can see the tree way over there, and then we can look down. We see the farming area here, but we can come to the skull and we can speak through the skull. And this does kind of just demonstrate a lot about Grawl society, where we can say bow to me, where they're all like knocked on the ground just bowing. And then we can say dance for your god, where they can go ahead and start dancing there, entertaining us. And then we can say show me who is the strongest, where they then start fighting each other. So maybe not that one. Let's say dance for your god. And if you wanted to, you can just press F, press left click, and we get a little bit of progress. So this task or quest is to interact with the skull 100 times, which isn't very riveting, but it is fun to come up here a little bit and just to progress this a bit. Whereas go ahead and protect and feed the pet warthogs, kill hostile creatures guarding truffles in the cave. So let's go ahead, collect some truffles, and oh, I guess we can only do one at a time. We can eat the truffle if you wanted, take a bite. But let's bring this down here where we have these warthogs over here that we can go ahead and feed. And we can progress the task that way. So this task is to feed like 20 warthogs or whatever. I think we need like one more truffle. We can pick it up. We can take a bite and gain some swiftness, where actually that consumes it. I thought we just got the buff and we give the rest of the truffle to a pig, but it looks like we actually consume it. So let's not do that. That's not nibble, because we actually devour the truffle. But it seems like we can also just pick up a bunch of truffles and we could complete the task that way maybe without having to run back to the warthogs. But then the warthogs go hungry and that's kind of sad. But let's go ahead and mount up onto our raptor and let's go ahead and accept this reward. Where now we have completed this task down here and the task in the middle. So we have a task up to the north, and it looks like the castrum area over there is actually potentially under attack. So we could defend that if we wanted to, but it's not really anything important for our map completion. Where we have this task over here, which is kind of an interesting task for me because I love it a lot and I hate it at the same time. Where we have God's Eye right here.
It's rudimentary. Oh, sorry. It's simple. go to Atrox Castrum and fight. This will please the eye.
Yes, please the eye.
Please the eye. Or if you see here, we have God's eye, then we have God's hand, and we have God's skull. So each of these three different Graw tribes, where we have the Necrocroc, or how you pronounce that, tribe here, who are in this area of the world, and we can pick prickleberries, which you can see some right here. But then we have blackberries over here, which we can fight, and they're defending their berries. But then there's these black bear cubs, which will also come and defend their berries. And I always feel so bad killing the cubs because they're so cute, and the black bears as well, but the cubs in particular are so cute. So maybe let's try to avoid them a little bit. Or killing the bears are important. Oh, I attacked the cub. At least I got a little bit of task progress there and some experience.
Fire warms, but fire also burns.
Fire does also burn. Where there should be some flame legion that pop up every now and then that will attack, and we need to be careful of them. Where we have a scout over there and a naturalist just hanging out here. Aren't they beautiful? Don't you love this time of year? What are you talking about? Look around. The oak hearts have sprouted their loveliest plumage. The bears are out of hibernation. The marmox's coat has a lustrous sheen, and the graw have donned their most flattering loincloths. You're not afraid they'll attack you? Not at all. And even if they did, can you imagine a more glorious time of year to die? I think I'll just leave you to your nature watching. Yeah, there's some black bears over here. And then I'm just keeping an eye out for the prickleberries. Where the oak hearts are very cool. And I love how the oak hearts have different like colored leaves depending on where they are in the world, because there's also like moss hearts as well, like the Negro Jungle, and then oak hearts in the Shiver Peaks have like more snowy leaves, and I think that's just a fun detail. Where let's turn in these prickleberries, and we still need quite a few more, which I see some plants over here have a respawn, so we can go ahead and deal with them. Or there's a group of prickleberries over there we can grab, and this is just a pretty simple task to complete, but I always feel like it takes a little bit longer compared to other tasks. Group of 3 here, and then I don't think we will complete the task when we turn it in, but we could try. I haven't seen any Flame Legion hanging out. Okay, we just need a little bit more. One more bush, which actually, here's a bush for us. It's interesting to just stab a bush a bunch of times in order to kill it, but we have completed the task there, so we can accept this reward. And now let's go ahead and run over here, and we can go ahead and chat with the scout right here to see where we should go to next.
The Coden are fleeing their sanctuaries in great numbers, and some made it to Hamel Gore. They need help surviving now that they are refugees.
So we can see a Coden storyline going on. Let's go ahead and just wander around here a little bit, because we can see this area over here right next to Frostgorge Sound, as we can see right here. And I actually really like this area, but we will explore it when we get over there. Where there's a little bit of like a Graw encampment going on right here, and there are a bunch of things around here that we can explore. Let's maybe uncover the map art here, because I love looking at uncovered maps in Guild Wars 2, and it's so fun to like explore new areas and to see what's available in these areas. Where we have switchback canyons here, which we can see are a bunch of canyons, which actually look very cool. And we have this waypoint over here that I think I might return to, because I want to come into this little area right here. And let's go ahead and chat with this scout as well, because we are kind of being sent off into 2 different directions. So I think we could maybe just uncover everything that's going on over here, and then maybe it will reconvene at some point towards the end of the zone. But we also have this Tribune in here, an Ash Legion Tribune. Let's go ahead and duel with her, where we can go ahead and get a hero challenge for doing so. She's going to evade a bunch of our attacks, but let's use our elite skill now and just do everything else thiefy. There we go. We've completed that hero challenge. I kind of just got into the fight and then started zoning out a little bit. But let's go ahead and talk to this scout.
The Ash Legion is all over this area, but their enclaves are never safe. Assist them in their continuing battle against the Flame Legion and other hostile creatures.
So we're being sent up that direction. We should actually go up that way a little bit because we do have this waypoint right over here that we can collect, and then some other stuff going on like this point of interest. And then we could decide to either go north or we could go west. And I'm kind of tempted to do both. Let's go grab this waypoint first and I can decide in the moment. Where these are just very, very cool and beautiful looking areas. Whereas we come into the canyons, we do have this task that we can complete, and I think we should drop down here, be a little safe, where there are a bunch of Flame Legion around here and some hidden mine caches, where let's go ahead and just start dealing with all of them. I pulled that Blade Master from afar. Where I do really like the vibes of these canyons because it's kind of just like a war zone where you're really getting into like the nitty gritty of it. Where we just have like hidden mines around here and there's like some various other like booby traps and stuff, explosive boulders, and it's kind of just like a scary area to be in, which I would never want to actually personally be in an area like this, of course. We have this hidden mine cache which we can take the mine here, and this Flame Legion over here we can defeat. Carrion Devourer really liked to knock us down there. There's another Carrion Devourer here. Let's take this mine. And we could like lay the mine kind of, but it's a long cast time. Alright, I see a Flame Legion Blade Storm that was running this way but then stopped and is now running this way again. Let's go into stealth. Ambush him like that. Let's dodge away. Go into stealth again. Ambush him again. There's a backstab for us. We see some explosive boulders over there. We have some breeze riders here, which actually, we are at 98 out of 100 imps for that achievement. We only killed 92 Jotun. That's very interesting. But here's this waypoint that we can grab right here. And then I guess we could get these explosive boulders. I am keeping an eye on that point of interest over there. Where there's a very like big wooden bridge up here. Maybe we can go across that. I should loop back for that point of interest though. But I kind of just want to see what this area looks like. Where there are a bunch of Hawkeye Griffins here. Plus we see this Flame Legion Blade Storm attacking us. Which they're all pretty easy to deal with. Except for the Griffin knocking us down there. And an Ash Legion Spy that we can go ahead and resurrect. And my inventory is such a disaster. Let's go ahead, clear this out a little bit, because I think we can do that and that. Where we have an unidentified die, and we got a Spring Breeze die from that, which is fun. So we have unlocked that on our account. And we have leveled up to level 68. So we're getting very close to level 70, where we will unlock chapter 8 of the personal story at level 70. Go ahead and kill this griffin, and then maybe just run over here so we can experience the bridge a little bit, and then we could run down over towards that point of interest. Cool bridge. Guess we can grab this boulder while we're here. And then there are some Flame Legion down here that we can go ahead and deal with. We should be very close to completing our task. We have some Ash Legion traps all along this little canyon right here that we can go ahead and set up. And doing one completes our task there, so we can collect that. And then there's a point of interest right over here, and now we can maybe go over towards this camp right here, because we have the task NPC who's located over here, and there's a point of interest and there's a vista, but I think it's way up there, so we will have to uncover that some other time. Wish we can see this little Order of Whispers, or Ash Legion rather, base camp right here. And we have Shadow Cleft, and we can go ahead and sell all of this junk, and then I should maybe come to this merchant, buy another basic salvage kit. I do have this one here that I can, oh, I guess I don't have that many items actually. I have these prickle berries I can delete, and then let's go ahead and use this birthday booster, and we'll just have almost 2 days worth of a celebration bonus on this character, which we can use when we continue to explore this map next episode. Because I think as far as this episode goes, we have completed 49% of Fireheart Rise and one of the 2 special jumping puzzles / mini dungeons located in this map. So next episode we should be able to easily complete the rest of this map, where we basically completed the southern half plus a little bit of a outcropping right here. But Fireheart Rise is a very fun zone, and I had a lot of fun exploring this, and I hope you had fun watching. Wish we will continue our explorations here next episode, but I hope you all are taking good care of yourselves. Remember, as always, to drink some water, check your posture, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in the world of Tyria. Goodbye.